Welcome to my YouTube channel where I will be reviewing books and reacting maybe to pop culture things. I don't really know. I just know that I'm doing a lot of reading and I have no one to talk about it with. I don't have any fancy cameras, lighting, setup. I'm doing this right on my iPhone, but you know what I do have is opinions and a bachelor's degree in English literature. So let's get into it. I'd show you the physical copy, but I pretty much only use Libby. Support your local libraries. But today we're going to be reviewing Hazelthorn. This was a beautifully written, like, dark academia horror fantasy novel. I really don't exactly know how to describe it, and it was very good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. My primary qualms that I had with this book, and they're so small, okay? So hang in there with me. One is, it was so dark academia that I kept forgetting that I wasn't in like 1800s England. Like, I felt like I was reading some old lit or like a period piece, and then they would talk about cell phones in New England, and I was like, wait, hold on, where are we? It did not ruin the book for me. It was definitely a little bit hard to get into. Another small qualm that I had is it was so beautifully written and within great detail that it just, like, there were so many words. Like, I felt, have you ever had like a really tough piece of pizza crust? Because that's what I had. I was like biting and chewing and biting and chewing, and I just felt like, I mean, I was making progress. I just felt like it took forever before I was reading, and I was like, oh shit, this is getting kind of good. The book had like 3 main plots. We had a murder mystery, a like mysterious unknown background that you're trying to uncover, and also a love story. I was like, what am I forgetting? A love story. The main characters are Evander and Lori, and you kind of follow them on their journey of like reconnecting and rediscovering Evander's background. The story in the book uses like a lot of beautiful imagery and symbolism to convey anger and marginalized populations, people who kind of stick out or don't fit in, I guess, is the big takeaway. Another small, like very small qualm that I had was the love felt very out of place. And that is not because it's queer, because, you know, I'm a queer girly myself. I just felt like 1 minute we're deep in like some monstrous territory, some really horrific magical things are happening, and then the next thing you know, there's like, why can't I stop thinking about kissing his lips? I don't know, bro. Probably because you're 17 and horny, you know? Like, it's okay to settle down a little bit. But overall, I really enjoyed the story. I felt like I had some pressure to read it pretty fast because it was an arc. I think it's out now. I don't know. I guess I'll update that down below if it's out now. But I mostly just wanted to ramble about it. If you've read it, if you've had the arc or it's on your to read list, let me know. If you're somebody who needs like a mix of everything, I think this is going to be a good fit of a book for you. I just felt like it really had everything, and normally dark academia, romance, and fantasy are not something that I enjoy, but I definitely did enjoy this. I didn't find, and the reason I only gave it 4 stars was, yes, some of like the minor qualms, and you're gonna learn I have a lot of minor qualms with things. I definitely have unpopular opinions about books, but the one thing that usually stops me from giving a book 5 stars is if it didn't make me cry. And I felt like I got to the end and I really wanted to be emotional, but I think I spent so long like biting through and learning the context of the writing and trying to swallow all these moving plots that I just couldn't, because the plot structure was set up so, like most plots, right, we have our A plot, our main plot, and every other plot serves as like a directive, right, to help drive the force of the story from point A to point B. All 3 of these plots very well could have been standalone, and on my Goodreads, if you go to my Goodreads, which I will also link below, you'll see that I actually did say that I kind of wish that the author had taken each plot or subset of a plot and turned it into its own standalone and almost made a series out of this, because I think that we start off with the murder mystery and the background, and I think just discovering the character's background could have been its own book, and then the murder mystery to come on top of it, I think could have been transitioned into a whole nother book if you just tweak it a little, and I don't want to give any spoilers. And then the romance side of it, again, trying not to give away too many spoilers, but the romance side of it, I think, again, could have been its own book with a big lead up, and I think it would have been even better if I had this huge lead up, but 250 pages just didn't, it didn't feel like enough. I guess I wanted more, which is what gave me the 4 stars, but I found at the end I just couldn't get emotional. Like, I was sitting there really trying to get the waterworks going, and they're not, and so for that reason alone, I had to leave it at 4 stars. But if you like this review, and I promise they won't all be this scattered, I'm learning, we're learning together, we're growing. If you want to feel like you're in a buddy read, then comment down below, let me know what books you would like to read or like me to review and talk about, and I'm just gonna keep rambling and posting, and I'm sorry for all the thuds and noises you hear in the background. I have 5 cats, so if you like it here, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.